Hey, what's up guys? George here from mynaturalherniacure.com, and I just wanted to talk to you today about the ups and downs of dealing with a hernia if you're trying to heal it naturally. Inevitably along the path of trying to heal your hernia, you're going to hit some troughs in your path. It's up and down, it's constantly up and down. The same as like the seasons of the year or the tides. If you look at anything in the world that's going on there, everything runs in cycles. If you saw things on a chart, it would be up and down, up and down. There would be peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. If you look at a tide chart, it's every single day of the year. It happens, where it's high tide goes to low tide, high tide goes to low tide. If you look at financial charts, like a stock chart, nothing happens in a straight line. If a stock's going up, it doesn't go up in a straight line. It goes up, peaks and valleys, small peaks and valleys on the way up or on the way down. And that's the same thing how it is with a hernia. It's constantly up and down. So the way that I always look at it, there's those peaks and valleys in every aspect of my life. And when you're in that trough and when things are down, that's when I do the work in order to start getting it to make that turn and come back up. So it's in the winter season, that's where the work happens. And then once you start making your way back up to the top, when you get to the top, that's when you're enjoying the benefits of all the work that you put in the trough. And that's when, that's where the problem was at its worst. So I looked at my hernia the same way, and, I put all the work in when it was down and when I was feeling the worst and when I was feeling like I just wanted to give up and just go get the surgery. That's when you really have to focus and really have to concentrate on the end goal, which is not having a hernia, which is at the top of the peak. All the work comes in at the bottom, and when you're feeling your worst. So if you're at that point right now, I get what you're feeling because I've been there a lot. It's an up and down, constant up and down battle. And now I feel like I'm right almost at the peak of the top where I'm 98% of the way there. I haven't felt my hernia in a month at all. No lump, no pressure, I was getting a weird feeling when I was in a forward sitting position. I was still having some sort of weird feeling in there. I haven't felt that in about a month. So things are good, and I'm right at the peak there, about to make the turn onto the peak. So, and then I think as far as health, like I was saying with the stock chart, like as a stock goes up, if you look at like a picture, a snapshot of the Dow Jones Industrial Average over the lifetime since it's been in existence, it's an upward trend. It's a constant upward trend, but there's been crashes along the way where the chart dips and goes up and dips and goes up and dips and goes up, but the overall trend is up. And for me, that's when I think about my health, that's what I want my health to look like. It's not going to be a straight line. There's going to be peaks and valleys, but I want the overall trend to keep going up. And I feel like that's exactly what's been happening for me, because like now I'm 44 years old. I feel better now than I did in my 20s and 30s. Really, this is probably the best that I've ever felt in my life since I was 17 years old. So, I think it is possible, and a lot of it has to do with working to heal this hernia is part of the reason why my health has been so good, because I've been working through so many problems that have come up in the time that I've been working on my hernia. So if you are in that point where you're in the valley, now's the time to put the work in so that you can get back to the top. And I'm not saying that, that there's no way that you're going to be able to avoid surgery, because surgery, it's not everybody can, go through and try and heal their hernia naturally. There is some people in some situations where, surgery is the best option. You have to weigh those options for yourself. I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't get surgery and that natural cure is the only way. It's the only way for me. But it doesn't have to be the only way for you. But if you do decide that the natural cure is for you, then just be ready for the long haul, be ready for those peaks and valleys, and take them as they come. The valleys are the time when the work gets done, and when you can look back and see all the work that you've done and feel the benefits of that work, that's when you know that what you're doing is paying off. All right, so don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and take a look at my website, mynaturalherniacure.com. And if you guys need a hernia belt that's comfortable, that you can wear every day and not have to think about it so much, you can check out the one that I designed, and that's at comfort-truss.com. All right, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one.